On this episode of the Malone-Mitchell podcast, we have Tulsa West graduate and incoming freshman at Riverland Community College, Abe Scruggs III, stopping by, getting some gems and some tips on what to expect from the next level and what he's doing to stay ready and to be ready from recovering from a torn ACL this year. Also, stopping by, we have Coach Tyree Tucker, aka Coach Tuck, who's got a lot of game to give to younger athletes, aspiring coaches, also someone who I took a lot of game from when I decided to start coaching. I'm very happy to have him stop by and give some of his knowledge to you guys and what he knows. Also, thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button, add a comment, give me some feedback. Thanks for the support. Episode 4, Brew City Smoke. I got my cuz, Lil Cuz, Abe. Hey, introduce yourself.
Alright, Abe Scruggs. Just graduated from Tulsa West. I was a senior this year, class of 2020. Austin's little cousin.
Yep. This is gonna be a good one, I think. Been around him, like you said, that's Lil Cuz. Been around him, really like my little brother. Been around him forever. So let's get to it. What school did you start at? What high school did you start at? I'll say before you even say it, he's following a little big cuz footsteps. You know what I'm saying? Shorewood, but okay. Go ahead.
I started off high school. I went freshman, sophomore year. I went to Dominican High School down in Whitefish Bay, and then after sophomore year, I transferred to Tulsa West, and I finished out there and just graduated.
Tulsa West, cool. So how was Shorewood? You started at Dominican actually. I'm sorry, you went to elementary at Shorewood. Why'd you pick Dominican as a high school? Why'd you pick that?
Dominican as a high school. My dad and my mom, they were big on the academic side of basketball too. They knew if I went to Dominican and I graduated there and all stuff like that, they knew I was gonna be set for college. It wasn't gonna be a big transition, stuff like that. And then Coach Giles, who coached my dad in high school.
That's cool, and also he coached me too. And then also Coach Jack. Coach Jones. Shout out Coach Jones. He coached at Bayview for his pops too, also. Yeah. And yeah, he did. His pops also did play for guys too a little bit. So I play for guys, and then he played for guys. So that's a cool little relationship right there. But keep going.
Yeah. So Coach Giles had just got the job over there. He brought over a coach who coached me in elementary school named Brian Terrell, Coach BT. They saw me at an NY to LA summer camp. Yeah, shout out BT. They saw me at the NY to LA summer camp. I had a very good showing, let's just say, and it was like the week or two before school starting. And they're like, is it a possibility? Like, are you going to high school yet? They're like, could this be a possibility? So, I went home and I told my dad, yeah. And next thing you know, just started at Dominican because he was like, you got a great coach, great academics, you're going to be around good people, stuff like that. He was like, I think it's going to be the best fit for you. So that's how that started out.
Playing for guys, how did you feel playing for guys? Like, we both play for guys, and you was around a little bit, he saw you a little, like, growing up and going to his camps and stuff watching practices from afar. So, like, what was it like playing for? Was it what you expected? And that starting off, like, how was it?
I mean,
and also school-wise, how was school there too?
Oh, the school was great. Coming in, new place, everybody was coming in from different areas. It was a private school, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like cliques were already set up and stuff like that. So it's like everybody got a chance to meet everybody. Okay, so it was really cool. I knew a couple people here or there. Like, I knew my guy Alex. Mm-hmm. I knew my guy Donovan.
Who's Alex? Giannis's brother?
Yeah, okay. Giannis' little brother. My guy Donovan Billings, who I played AAU with Muff.
Mm-hmm.
Desmond and all them.
Yep.
So the school part, that was straight. Basketball, like how you said, I was at all the basketball camps. I was at your practices. I went up to the state. I was in y'all locker rooms.
Right
on the bench with y'all. I was doing the starting lineup.
Forgot about that.
You feel me?
I forgot.
So it's like I knew exactly what I was getting myself into, and it's like I had already saw he's a real coach.
Mm-hmm.
Guys is a real coach. So I knew exactly what I was getting myself into, and it was exactly what I expected. And I was ready for it. Yeah. But it was all real good. Yeah. I loved it.
But real coach, before that, if we were to do that, because you did transfer, but what do you think you learned from guys the most? Like, what do you think you learned from guys? And was that freshman year, how was it for you? How was your first 2 years there? How did that go?
My first 2 years.
You did play varsity right away.
You said what?
You did play varsity right away. So
yeah, I did play varsity right away, but the day before our first game, I broke my ankle. I was at the Cousin Center hooping with my guy Alex. I broke my ankle, so that started off high school a little bad right there.
I was pissed at you for that. I was so pissed.
You should have put hands on me if I'd have been able to walk. You feel me?
Man, better time.
You know, I was ready. I was in the best shape of my life. You know, I had like hype coming in. Everybody was just ready for me. You know, Windmill is like 7th, 8th grade.
7th grade. What is
6 foot, 5'11", 6'1", point guard, skinny, small out there Windmill and had just bounced for no reason. But
how'd it go that season though? Playing, so you didn't really play your first year.
I came back in like January, February, and there really was no pressure for me coming in to play good because we had just came off winning 5 straight state championships. Right. You know, we started off the season like 0-5, 0-6, and then we started playing like the Burlington Catholic Central, you know, like the smaller schools like that. So we had like 1 or 2 dubs throughout the season there. Yeah. But like the student section stopped coming, the teachers stopped coming to the games, you know, stuff like that. They're like, oh, they losing, they ain't finna win nothing. So there was really no pressure for me to come in. But then when I came in, it was almost basically like right where I left off. You know, I had to shake off a little bit of rust. But I came in, I think I averaged for my freshman season, we went to the sectional, not the sectional final, but the game before that. What's that called? The sectional semis? Yeah, something like that. We lost to Martin Luther.
Yeah, that West Dallas Central.
Yep, we lost there. But I finished off the season with averaging like 11 points.
Yeah, but they won state. They won state that year too. They only lost at state. They made it up state that year. So
yeah,
they lost to a pretty good team.
I think they lost to Ripon.
Yeah, they lost to a pretty good team.
And Ripon went up there. But yeah, so I had a really good freshman season. I had a couple games, you know, 20 points, 25, close 30 points. Yeah. But
how did sophomore year go? Was that good?
Sophomore year was probably one of my best years because it was pretty much me, Jacoby Jones, and Alex Antetokounmpo. You know, we were like the 3 dogs of that team, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all knew that at any single point, like, there was going to be a game Jacoby got 30, there's going to be a game I got 30, there's going to be a game Alex got 30. So, it was like, if you tried to stop Alex, me and Cole was going to get off. Yeah, you tried to stop Cole, me and Alex going to get off. You tried to stop me, them 2 going to get off. It was raps for every team, basically. Like, we started off the season, like, 10-0.
How far did you guys go that year?
We made it to sectional semis again. We lost to Kettle Moraine Lutheran at Brookfield Central because they beat Obama School, which was an upset. They beat Brown Deer, the number 1 seed, was an upset. We were the 2 seed. They beat us. Then they beat the other 1 seed, like Waupun. Like they had it was like their Cinderella story. They had like 15 seniors on the team. And they whatever. I still hate that day. That was the 1 year I was like, we gonna win this.
I know them hurt. I remember that game too. I was sitting in front row.
But I was going off that game too. I thought I had hit the game winner. You feel me?
I remember that.
I was surprised. Like that whole year, I had like 2 or 3 game winners, and I'm like, you know, I'm still just a sophomore, but that kind of like made me think like, man, like we got other seniors on the team, but guys is like, nah, give Abe the ball, clear out everything, last 30 seconds, hold it, Abe, I trust you with this last shot. That was crazy.
I remember that. I remember that.
And, you know,
good times.
I thought I was gonna go to school that dude, you feel me? Dog came down, pump fake, jab, step through, net.
Man. That's how it goes. You transferred to Tulsa West for your junior year. How was that? How was that transition? Just period. Let's get into it. Like, how was Tulsa West? How was that?
That transition was great. You know, Dominican. It's a great school, but it's really small. It's like 300 people. You know, everybody knows everybody. You know, kind of get a little old. You know, when I transferred to Tulsa West, you went to like 15, 1400, way bigger. So I got to know more variety of people, you know, all different backgrounds, ethnicities, and stuff like that. And, you know, the grades were still good. It felt more of like a high school experience. Like Dominican was so small, I kind of felt like I had more people in my middle school at Shorewood. Yeah. So. Right. Yeah. You know, there's only 2 grades there.
Yeah, smaller than Shorewood. That's how you know it's small. Yeah.
So, you know, it was bittersweet leaving Dominican. You know, I just knew there was a great opportunity going over to Tulsa West playing for Coach Malone-Mitchell. And stuff like that. Yeah. But I'm happy I transferred though. You know, I'd have loved to finish out at Dominican, but Tulsa West, it was a great choice too. I just had to do what was best for me.
So then you did your junior, that was a pretty decent year, I think, for coming into that. You had a good game against Washington, and they lost to State against Nicolay that year.
Yeah.
They had a real good team against Mike Foster, but I think we almost beat Tulsa West. You guys almost beat them. Well, yeah, I was on the coaching staff. We almost beat them. Yeah, we almost beat them. Muff missed a shot at the buzzer, but they had Mike Foster too and D-Tay. Yeah, that was a pretty good team. But moving on, you did you're going into that. You hurt your who'd you play AAU basketball with, and you did tear your ACL. So how you tore your ACL going into? Yeah.
I was playing with Coach Hill. I was playing with Phenom University and what at LA.
Mm-hmm.
Like we had like Alex Hugebertson, we had Declan Curlick, people like that.
Yeah.
I was playing with him during the summer, but I tore my ACL playing at the Marquette team camp with Coach Mark. I was playing with Tulsa West.
Yeah.
So I tore my ACL in like the 5th game that day on like Saturday night, something like that. First play of the second half. I remember this vividly. Coach Mitchell told me, he was like, hey, I want to rest you. We got like 2 more games coming up. But I was like, Coach, like I got like 24 in this first half. I'm like, we only up 3. I'm like, I'm feeling good, Coach. I'm like, let me play. I was feeling it though, cause like I was getting to the basket, east, left, right, mid range, threes, fast break, dunking on people. Like I was just going crazy. Like that summer before I got hurt, I was going crazy. Yes. Get back right.
So you had to sit out really this whole year.
I sat out the whole thing.
So you going into you did pick a school. How recruiting? How was that for you?
Okay.
What school did you pick? Cause you did pick a junior college.
Yes, I'm going to Riverland, up in Minnesota, Austin, Minnesota.
Okay.
Coach Hahn. I picked them because they're a school that believed in me the most. Like most schools, like all my Division I schools, they left. They're like. It'd been different if he was 7 foot. Like they never got a chance to see me come back playing from my injury to see if I'm like the same player type thing. See like how I was doing post injury and stuff like that. And Coach Hahn, he was talking to me. He was like, I believe in you. I believe you could get back to the player you were. He was like, it came down to number of practices per day, like how much he pushes the player. Stuff like that, weight room, lifting. They're still strong academics. They have team study halls, but it mainly came down to him saying, I believe in you. I know this injury for you is a little setback and stuff like that, but once I saw he believed in me, he was gonna help me get back to the player I was. He was gonna look out for me and stuff like that. I was like, Coach Hahn, I got you. Let me sign this little letter. I'm on my way.
Yeah. Congrats again. How do you think that you're ready from your injury? Do you think that you're fully back? Do you think that you're still on your way, or do you think you'll be right when that year comes? You're ready to start off the season with go full speed.
When the season comes, I'll be ready. Sitting down on your butt, for a whole year. Not playing games. Of course, I'm not the best conditioned right now. But through the summer, when I get through the summer, I'm running fulls, I'm working out 2-3 times a day. I'm gonna be straight. Then when I head up there, we get those little open gyms or runs, whatever it is, I'm gonna be ready. I could jump off my leg, I could run, I'm good. I just gotta get back into playing ball shape and I'll be fine.
Is there anything that you 'cause I know that wasn't probably what you expected, but going to junior college, right? That's not what you expected, and I know that you had to change your mindset. Really, I think from like just being a positive mindset, not looking at it as like damn, I gotta go to, I'm not going D1 and everything's all over and like the world's down. Which you told me like I in a ways I had offers and stuff, but I still thought down. Like I just thought so high. Like I wanted so much, and I was just super hard on myself. And I was super hard on myself. So like, what are you doing? What is your expectations and what do you think are some things that you could take to you to take with you that you can take with you that you learned younger that you can take with you to college?
Some things, just strictly basketball.
Life lessons, any basketball lessons, all that stuff you've learned.
I mean, going through an injury like that, ACL, LCL, MCL, meniscus, you just completely blow your knee. People start like throwing you to the side. They'll be like, oh, he's never gonna be the same. Like, I had to call coaches and be like, Coach, I just blew my knee out, and they're like, oh, well, we hope everything's the best for you. And they give you the deuces. So it like kind of shows you that, like, yeah, basketball is a business.
Already.
And all of that. It's like, it's no hard feelings, but man, I hate you right now. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that's just how it is. But
motivation.
And it's like,
just gotta
you know, people
motivation.
count you out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all types of stuff like that. So it's like, as soon as I get to junior college, I'm back on people's necks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they gonna remember everything.
Yep,
They gonna be like, oh, he did come back. Those schools gonna be like, oh, we missed out. We should have believed in him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's like,
yep.
you know, I'm gonna have to hit them in their face. Be like, this what you get. You feel me?
Yep, stepping on their throats. Yep. That's gonna be fun to watch.
For real.
We're gonna cut that, and I had it fucked up. I had another question. I fucked up.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop it really. That too.
All right. What did you say before? What did you just say before you started?
What motivates him?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we going?
Yeah.
All right. My bad. Okay. So, yeah, little cut. So, what motivates you, like, other than what you said before? What other things motivate you that you use for motivation for basketball and everything, and life in general, school? Like, what's pushing you other than, you know, your mom and the obvious reasons? What else do you really take? Or that you think that would help other people?
The two things I said that motivated me the most to play basketball and take it as far as I can.
Mm-hmm.
One, I would say, is like my pops, seeing how good he was. Like, he had yearbooks, him reverse dunking in high school games at Hamilton and King and stuff like that. So I was like, I want to be better than him.
Yeah.
You feel me? You know, it's always a competition.
Yeah.
But then the second thing was, you know, because when you was in high school, I was like, what, 4th, 5th grade?
Yeah,
I was in like 4th, 5th grade,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to be in the gym with you every day at King, watching you put in real work. I remember growing up, be like, man, cuz made it to state, he doing all this. I'm like, man, that's gonna be easy. You feel me? Like, you was for real making it look easy, cuz. But at the same time, I saw how hard you were working.
Yeah.
Like, I was in 5th grade up there playing 3 dribbles with you, Kurt, Chris Howe, JP sometimes, Raylan, Justin Brookins. You know, and they was getting ready to go into high school, like all types of stuff. And like, I remember just being so competitive. Like, man, my cuz out here busting. You feel me? So I'm like, I'm finna try to do the same thing. But you know, it's like, that's a big difference between high school and 5th grade. So I was just like, man, my cousin out here killing these dudes for real. Like, I remember going to your WBCA All-Star game, like all types of stuff. I remember me being 4th grade playground elite, going to see you playing the EYBL against like Mean Streets, dropping dubs on people. So it was like, it's like, I'm like, cuz can do it. I'm like, cuz can do it. I'm trying to do it too. Like, you know how good it was for like my teammates being like, man, Austin Cole. I'm like, man, that's my cousin. You feel me? Like, yeah. So I'll say that was probably the biggest thing. Like, you know how we said with guys earlier, like, I'll be out there in the starting lineup lines, like people jump over me. You know, like from a young age, I saw hard work. From a young age, I saw all the stuff I wanted to accomplish, and I was like, if I aim at this, like something this high, and if I end up going past that, like, it's hard going past that. So I'm like, if I could do that, I'm really that dude. So it was like looking at all the things you did, and I'm trying to go through my checklist, just trying to be like, I'm finna beat you, cuz. Like, it's like, you made it look so easy, but it's like at the same time I knew. I'm like, if it was so easy, why ain't he doing it? Why ain't he doing it? Why ain't he doing it? He doing it. Like, you was going against 6'6", left hand, like people that lead, like Deontay Burton, and you out there just dropping 30s, and I'm like this ain't normal for real. So like that motivated me for real.
Yeah.
Shit, it was 30. It felt like it. I just had them little shakers up in the crowd, just click. I'm like,
Yeah, I remember that shit. That's love. I appreciate that. Yeah, I didn't know that. I appreciate that. I remember. Yeah, you used to come everywhere. You came EYBL, Minnesota. You traveled Chicago. Remember that story? That was a funny one. That story in Chicago.
I remember trying to sneak in the game with y'all, like, cause we had our little 4th grade backpacks. Because you was playground elite, so it's like we had all the same gear.
Oh yeah.
So I remember just like a little 4'11" dude trying to sneak in with all the trees. You think I'm like, no, I'm part of the team. I'm trying to sneak in. EYBL be whacking. It was whacking like 10 a ticket. I'm like, alright, this, man.
Yeah. In YTLA, ain't nothing worse than that though. I remember, well, I ain't been in a while, but that used to be like 15, 20s, like 25s. God.
The weekend pass like 20, 30.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I appreciate that. I love to hear that. That's good. That's
I told myself I was never gonna tell you that too, cause it's like it's like you my cousin, but it's like, man, it's like, you know, I was so young. I saw that, like, I for real looked up to you and stuff like that, cause it's like I saw you going through it. So it's like I had nothing but respect and all that for it. Yeah, but it's like I was so competitive. I was like, cuz I hate you, man. Like, you used to beat me in the one-on-ones. I'd be like, cuz I hate you. Take me home. Yeah, like, I'm trying to see you right now.
I gotta do to get love from my family. I gotta shoot a whole podcast just to get this out of me. You'll never show me no love or nothing, though, man. Man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm glad
I ain't gonna front.
Yeah,
that's
that
me
makes
and
you
you.
feel-
I ain't finna admit nothing, but
I love it. I love to hear it. Welcome back. I got my boy Abe still here with me. Got my boy Tyree back with me. How you doing, Tyree? Yep. Coached with him at Tulsa West a little bit, but he's been coaching for a long time. I saw him from afar. I met him at Tulsa West when I personally met him, but I knew him. I saw him coaching when I was 8th grade. I think he was coaching Roosevelt. Then I saw when I was high school, he was with Riverside coaching the girls. And matter of fact, I think won a state championship too. Got a ring.
In 2013.
Yeah, everybody can't say that. And he also coached Abe too at Tulsa West when he transferred there. Before I was even there and all that. So yeah, introduce yourself.
Coach Tuck, man, varsity assistant at Browndale High School. Been coaching basketball since I got out of high school. Fell in love with it. You know, I knew I wasn't going nowhere with it after high school. So, you know, it was just one of those passionate things that you want to stick with. And, you know, like, hey, I ain't going to play at the collegiate level, so why not stick with it at the next level however you can. So I got into it and stuck with it.
Yeah. So when you started off with, like, how you picked, like, just the coach? Like,
So I started off actually coaching, I actually started coaching Deontay Burton. 4th grade. He was in 4th grade at Westside Academy too. He was strong as hell.
Same. Yeah, he was
bigger than everybody else, man. And we was just really trying to teach him how to dribble and do low post moves at that time. Me and my guy. And matter of fact, what we did was we made him play with the 8th graders. Yeah, and he's about the same size as the 8th graders anyway. So, you know, he was really kind of dominating at that age in 4th grade.
And shout out Deontay.
Shout out to him. Real cool kid.
Know the name, yeah.
Then I started coaching girls at Westside Academy too, because they was looking for a girls coach, and I coached the girls there, man, and it was amazing, man. We took 2nd place at Juneau that time. I think that's when we was running leagues at Juneau, the NPS league. So then, man, my boy John Peter, shout out to John Peter. Shout out to John Peter. He got me in at Roosevelt. He took over an MSL job after I graduated. He was like, hey, man, you can come over here and volunteer, but I couldn't pay you or nothing like that. So it was cool. I ended up volunteering there and still doing that. And then, man, I stayed at MSL for a couple of years with him. Left and went to Madison, did Madison girls at Madison with John Cunningham. Shout out to Cunningham. Did girls there for 2 years, and then I went to Riverside, man. And I did all that time I was doing Roosevelt Boys. Yeah. So Roosevelt Boys, man, we put out a lot of product out there and
all for free too, just because of the love, like
off of the love. Yeah. No, Roosevelt I got paid for. Okay. But high school I did a lot of free modes. Then when I got over to Riverside, man, it was just.
That was good.
It was bananas, you know. Good times. But when you winning, man, it's a lot of headache with winning, man. You know that from over your years at King, you know what I'm saying? It was a great rivalry with y'all in Riverside at that time. Right. So then after that, man, after I did a couple of years at Riverside, I did about six or 7 years at Riverside. I was like, man, I really want to get back in the boys game. I'm really feeling the boys game. So I was going over to King with your dad. I was excited, you know what I'm saying? Ready to put in some work.
Man, what could have happened?
So, you know, that whole situation went down, and when he called me, he was like, hey, what you think about coming out to Tulsa West with me? I was like, I'm with it. Sure. That first year was amazing, man. Got a couple of transfers in with Denzel, Muff, and Trey. You know, they solidified what we was going to look like for the future. And then the next year when he's like, Abe coming, I'm like, Abe gonna really leave Dominican? Yeah. I was like, Abe ain't leaving no Dominican. And then, and then his agent, his agent also put in some work. You know, so, it was crazy.
Come home.
When I first saw Abe, I'm like, oh, shoot, we're going to state. You know what I'm saying? Well, what we had, you know, we played a lot of summer leagues and things like that together, and that first year, I was like, man, I was expecting Abe to put in big numbers, but I knew it was going to be an adjustment from what he was playing, where he was playing at, but I didn't know how long that adjustment would be for him. Yeah. But man, his coming out party really was our last game. Like,
that's what I said earlier.
Our Washington game was his coming out game, and I knew the next year he was going to lead us to state. And it was unfortunate with the injury, and man, I was sick with it. But then man, it was tough, man. I was like, I had a tough decision to make that next year, like what I'm gonna do next year.
Right.
Your dad wanted me to come back and help with varsity and do freshman, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I really don't want to do freshman, man. I ain't come over here really to coach freshmen anyway. I came over here to be a varsity assistant, just to get my feet wet and try to understand the game a lot more. So when that happened, I was just like, it's time for me to figure out what my next move would be. And Jose was like, man, listen, if you really want to do this, man, you come on over to Brown Deer. You be the varsity assistant. I might need you to help out sometimes with JV. Man, and that's about it. But
both them two, my pops Mark and Jose. Shout out Jose. They both played at UWM, Milwaukee Legends. They great.
Most definitely. So man, it took a lot out of me just to be like, dang, to tell your dad like I ain't coming back next year. It was tough. And the guys, because I had built so much rapport with these guys. You know, we spent summers together, winters together. We spent everything together. You know, with traveling and all the things we did. So it was amazing, man. Just to go over to Brown Deer and the culture was a little different for me.
Yeah, you made the right decision, I think.
Yeah, I ended up making the right decision with your dad resigning.
You made the right decision.
Man, basketball has been really huge on me because it taught me a whole lot of stuff. It taught me about a brotherhood with people. Shout out to when I used to work at the Rebels. We was really big on that brotherhood piece, and when I coached AAU with them, I was really trying to solidify that with my guys. And my guys went to different schools. Most of them went to King, and I'm like, why King? But it is what it is. You know, King
got that thing.
King always
got that thing, a stigma around.
So you know, it was cool. But then also, I tried to teach the same thing with my 8th graders when I was at Roosevelt. Hey man, we brothers. We gonna stick together. You know, we're hooping together all year round. So what I did was when I was at Roosevelt, I made them dudes play with me in the summer. Like, I don't care who AAU program y'all play with, but more than y'all gonna play with me. Yeah. So that's what I did during the summer time, man. Just make sure that we stuck together. So the next year we came out. Oh, we gonna win March of Champions. We gonna win our league at Custer or wherever we may have been. So, you know.
Yeah. That's what's up. We got to cut that. I got some shit I want to say. Okay, go ahead. I want to say thank you too. I never thanked you in person, but from afar, watching you that my first year, I was just around, just walking around and just watching, you know, just there. And I like just watching you that freshman team. I learned a lot, and just from afar, just watching how you controlled it, and you would even let me come in and kind of run stuff a little bit, and I want to appreciate you for that, because that just watching you from afar, that really was something big for me. That period. And
who advised you on that move?
Oh, what, Riverland? He didn't advise me. The nigga didn't call me at all. I only had two schools, and the other one. You saying who did you ask and who did you talk to?
Because people got connects, man. You just gotta let people know, like, hey, I'm still looking for another school. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have told Jose, hey, man, I'm gonna send you what's the name, Tate. Look out, because he's just doing the same thing for Allen right now.
I mean, you know, Auntie, she had Washington coach do all that for me. Yeah, but that was before me too. Yeah, Freddie helped. You helped a little bit too. And then I ain't really think about all that, honestly. I ain't gonna lie. I was just finagling. I was panicking and all types of stuff. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Because it's hard. It's like I had a big pool. Of like 20 schools. And then boom, all that shit gone. And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna try to work back as hard as I can to get like 3, 4, 5 games in my senior year. Then maybe playoffs, you know, come out, get back in shape and show people I'm still good. But then all that never happened, and Mark resigned, and me and Neubauer was getting into it bad. So it was just like a lot of shit just happened at once. Do you think now that it's too late now to change what you did? But do you think that you could have like that's really what we're trying to say and get to you? Like, you think like you could have used your connection, like, or be more knowledgeable? Like, from when I was young, like even when I was young, it was people like Matt. He played at King. Matt, his pops. Ed is his uncle, Matt Goodwin. He was just randomly. There was like people would just come up to me randomly. I didn't even know, and they'd be like, "Hey," this was like 2 years when I was just chilling. Like, "Hey,
it's before it's too late, dog. He said this to me, and he's like, before it's too late, hey, you still trying to do this? I got something for you. Like, you trying to do stuff like. That's like he was saying, like, who was in your ear advising you? Like, I know you sometimes, we get into it. You keep it in 100, we get into it, and then, but still, that's fam. So you receive the information different. So you might not, I understand everything. So you might not be listening to me all the time. So he's trying to say, like, do you looking back at like or I want you to learn, like, hey, for open up for next decision, like, listen to like what you got around you, like, even if I'm irritating the hell out of you or whatever, like, you could got a better option, like prep or even better JUCOs. Like, you might not think that you got some things, because I didn't even think I could get to prep school when I did get it. But it's like what you gotta use.
They're like, prep school ain't no option. Like, they told me straight up, like,
man, I told you that.
But pops, moms, all that.
Why?
But we could have handled it. That's what I'm saying. But if I could have had your back and your family got your back, so that could have handled it. Like, that's what I feel. Like, that's why I said we weren't communicating.
Because I could have gave you another year of just being able to play. You know what I'm saying? Just another year of being able to play.
That's what I was trying to say.
I never really thought about.
That's why I was trying to explain to you, which I say you didn't listen to. So I'd rather have Tyree say what he's finna go ahead.
Then you look at what's his name wasn't that slipped to me? Justin Brooklyn. Look what that motherfucker going to Western Illinois.
Yeah, just
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then he just really he went to a fucking nowhere near prep school. No, he went to a prep school in Charlotte.
Yeah, and then he went to a couple. Then he came here because I was gonna go, and then the coach wasn't even messing with me, and he picked Justin over me to go to the Milwaukee school. What was that? Brian and Stratton. But now he's Division I, and like even when I did it, bro, it just gives you a year to more develop yourself. You coming off an injury, get yourself all the way right, and that's just a full year, and then you can still go to JUCO and waste your time. But
and no telling how your knee really healed all the way yet, because you ain't really played a full game. You know what I'm saying? Let you play a full game or a full season. Damn, man. And you gonna play more games. You gonna play 30 some games.
Against college JUCOs, against like big big competition. But we're gonna have to speak behind the scenes about that one, because she recording. So we got to speak behind the scenes about that one, because that definitely, we need to. I want to see something change. I think you could, no disrespect, but I think you could do better, get a better school and have something better for your future than that. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, we definitely gonna talk about that, and to go back in that. We're gonna cut that, but then what was I saying? I want to go ask him, and then we're gonna jump into him.
Taking advantage of coaching.
Taking advantage of coaching. Okay, but shit. Yeah, and then what was the second thing that he said that we was gonna talk about him? We want to
like what he saw, like, for me.
Let's just do that right now, because we're talking about you. Let's go into that. So
what he saw for me getting better and stuff like that.
Yeah. So from afar, we're two people who've been around you since you were younger, back like every way, and he's coached you for a while. So I want to hear from you. What things do you think that you can get better from, or get better at basketball or in general?
I mean, obviously just because of injury, just the conditioning, getting my strength, like working out more, being more involved in the weight room. I'm coming. Like, everybody's coming off of the coronavirus, ain't nobody hooping like that, but I'm coming from not playing a whole year and a knee surgery, so I say, like, that first of all, it needs to be one of the most important things. But then I also think it's more of my mentality. Like, sometimes, I'm kind of like nonchalant, where I'll let the game come to me too much instead of going out there with a killer mentality. You feel me? Like, there were times where it's like I could have took over right away, but I was kind of like pushing it off, just waiting. I think. One of the main things, just that killer mentality. That's probably one of the bigger things, because it's like I could shoot, I could defend, I could get to the hole, I could score all 4 levels, layup, floater, mid-range, free throw line, 3-point, like I could do it all. I just think it's asserting myself, mainly. Stuff like that. That's the big thing right there.
Yeah. What would you say was the things that you think that he could get better at and take with him?
Really just being consistent. You know what I'm saying? Like, consistency is key, man, especially when you're talking about playing to the next level. Because what you won't do, I'm going to go out and find somebody the next year to do that. So you got to be consistent, man, no matter what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're going to be the best defender, the best shooter, the best get to the hole, whatever you're going to do, you got to be consistent in that game, because, man, there's so many people that want the same thing you want.
Real talk. Yeah, it's a lot of them, everywhere.
Man, like, I remember when we played against Sussex Hamilton, and Sussex Hamilton was tagging off for you. We was like, shoot the ball. Man, like, I felt like that was one of them games like, I'm finna take off. You niggas ain't respecting who I am. I'm fucking Abe Scruggs.
For real. Yeah, that's one of the things I definitely. I'm glad you said that because I think consistency and like that when he came close, it wasn't consistent. Like kind of you had you did what you were supposed to do. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. Yeah, like it's a wasted year because he didn't have as many good games and do what he said. He didn't take advantage of it. Like he had like 2 good games. Washington, 24. Getting like you felt comfortable. You didn't look stiff out there. You was in your element.
I think it was more too like sometimes I play down my competition. Like if you look up at every big game, I showed up. The Kinkakees, they were top 10 in the state of Illinois. Washington, second in that state. So I think it's like, when there's always a challenge, always accept that challenge. And I'm going all out. I think it's just getting me to that point. Like, sometimes I ain't gonna lie, when it's like, they Scruggs, I'm like,
go kill them.
Like that's just not me personally. But I think that's what I got to get in with that killer mentality. Like most people, they'll kill 15 games out of 20 game season. But those 15 games, they playing against like the Nathan Hales or like the West Allis Hales, like all those schools like that. So it's like their stats gonna be better. They're gonna have more games, more scoring. But then we play like the Washingtons, the Kinkakees, the Kaukauna, Sussex Hamiltons, the Brookfield Centrals. They ain't showing up. Like always for those games, like how you was saying, my 2 biggest games of the year against the 2 best teams of the year. I think majority of the time is me playing down in my competition. So that's why I think my killer mentality needs to come more into effect.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear you say it. I'm glad to hear you realize that. Yeah, that's definitely what we see. Everybody sees it.
It's like looking back into the film, like I go into the huddles from the junior year because, sitting down, can't walk for 6 months, you start reminiscing a lot. So I'm like, man, like I could have already been signed, I could have did this, and I'm looking back at all my huddles and I'm like, man, like this dude's going here, this dude just got an offer here, and I'm like, I've been killing him all my life, and I'm like, man, this game, I only had like 12, 14 points, and I'm like, I could have took him here, I could have shot this, I shouldn't have passed this one up. Like we on the 2-on fast break, I could have just went and laid it, I could have went and dunked, like whatever. So it's like, that's kind of what sitting down made me realize. It's like, damn, like I didn't make the absolute best of my opportunity.
Seeing what's going on. Yeah. But I'm screaming like, yeah, definitely. Before we move on and go back to you, Tyree, to end it off for him, what things do you think he could take to college with him? Like we talked about that, but what things do you think that he could take to college with him that would help him out from afar, or even knowing him personally, that you would say for him?
He got to take with him.
Things you take with him. Explosiveness.
His drive, the drive to be who he was. I think that, and then also just what he just said, when you looking at film, sometimes when you looking back at that stuff, that comes a big part of it. You understand certain shit of the game, like when you looking at film, like damn, I could have got that shot there, I could have defended a little bit better there, I could have boxed dude out there. I mean that's really understanding the game. And then you know what, being around Austin, you know what I'm saying. Austin got a great story to tell. Kind of reminds me of pre-story, you know what I'm saying? So, man, just taking all of that in, man, and understanding the opportunity that you still have in front of you.
Definitely.
Appreciate it.
It's a lot you got. It's a lot you can still do. So definitely don't think it's over with you.
Right.
I ain't gonna say it on here. You hear me? You hear it enough. But yeah, you don't take advantage. Like it's still a lot. Like that. It's not over. Don't waste it. Don't waste it because you still a lot. It's a lot left for you to do, and still take advantage of it. It's not too late at all. Shit. Going on. I also want to ask you to finish it up. Like just from afar, I think you had good drive. Like that's one of the things that I've been taking with me, and like I try to say to other people, but you like I see you like from growing up, like you took jobs even if you weren't being paid for it for the love of the game, which you said before in the beginning, and just could you talk about that passion, that driver? Like what would you give to tell other coaches, and like why, what's your reasoning, and just you get to see for the love of the game.
You get to see the joy in kids' face, man, when you really pouring into them. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of my biggest reasons. I always mentor kids. So, but basketball is always took the priority over that.
Yeah.
But that mentoring piece and really just showing them like, hey man, this game gonna teach you about life. It's gonna humble you. It's gonna bless you. It's gonna do all type of things for you. So, you just gotta understand that this game is really about life itself.
For real. Yeah. Yeah, I think the same thing. I just want to thank you again for coming through.
No doubt.
Coming through.
No doubt.
Appreciate you coming through. Episode 5. Thanks guys for watching. Social, you guys can shout out your social for follow, contact anybody, call you.
Instagram MKE_ABE. That's the IG.
Okay.
Tyree Tucker, Facebook, IG, Mr. Lieber _22.
Thanks for watching. Episode 4.